Pete and Kimber with Ben Cousins. 6 to 9 weekdays. Welcome to the Pete and Kimber with Ben Cousins podcast. Thanks to Chemist Warehouse. The Chemist Warehouse Christmas fragrance sale is on now. Shop big brand fragrances at the lowest prices today.
From the team that brought you Ghost Week, Pete and Kimber with Ben Cousins present Ghosted Week. Ooh.
It has been quite the week doing Ghosted Week. We have been hearing from people who have told us about the times they've been ghosted by partners. And then what we do is we see if we can find those people that ghosted them and try and get some closure, Kimber.
But not all ghosting stories work out the way that you expect. This is a ghost story you might not have seen coming, Pete. Miriam, are you there?
Hello.
Miriam, tell us a little bit about the person who, the time you were ghosted. What was happening? What were your circumstances? How long were you dating? That kind of deal.
Well, I think it's sort of where it starts, which we met in a nightclub, and most people would say, oh, you never meet anyone in a nightclub. But we had this instant connection and an intense sort of dating for about 3 or 4 weeks. And then I was heading up to the Gold Coast to house sit, so things already were a bit like, ooh, how's this going to work? And the guy at the time was going through a divorce as well as a really unwell parent. So there was a lot going on. But really, one day we were chatting about catching up, and then he said, oh, I can't make it. And that was the last that I heard of him.
So it was like a few weeks of dating. So you were seeing each other like a couple of times a week, or where were you at?
Yeah, we were seeing each other a lot. There were a lot of texts. It was like, you're the one I've been waiting for. We were both feeling all the feels. And then, yes, some circumstances took me away for a bit. And then I came back and I'm like, oh, my God, I'm back from the Gold Coast. Like, let's go, let's catch up. And then yeah, he just disappeared.
Was there a lot of kissy? And a lot of, this is going somewhere. I think I might want you to meet my friends. I might want you to meet, your family or...
Well, that's it. And actually, I'd forgotten about that bit because it was when I said, hey, I'm at a barbecue with my friends. And that was the meet the friends moment. And then he was saying, yep, I'll be there. And this was within hours. Yeah, I'll see you in a couple of hours. And then I can't make it. And I said, oh, I would have thought you'd call as opposed to just text. And that was the last that I heard of him.
Oh, so that was the ghosting moment, the barbecue with the mates and stuff, which...
Yeah.
And so your friends would have been sitting there going, get rid, like this guy, can't believe it. He must have freaked out when it really came to the crunch.
Yeah.
And so what did you do, Miriam? Did you text him or call him and go, oh, what, now this is all over? Like, how did you handle it?
Well, I'd had a funny feeling, I think because I knew there was a lot going on as well. But I said, I wished you had called me instead of just texting me like that because that's really strange. I thought you were going to come this afternoon. And then I never heard back from him.
And how soon after that did you try and follow up? Like, did you give it the afternoon and get through that? And did you get into the next day and send another text? And then how long did that go on for?
No, I didn't because I'd sent that message saying, hey, I thought you would have called instead of texting this, this was important. And because he never replied, I thought, well, screw you.
And rightfully so, because also, too, when you actually genuinely are really invested in them and you feel a proper connection, those ones are so rare that I think they really do hurt when they ghost because you just go, wait, does that mean none of that was real? Or does that mean that, surely I deserve more than that by this point?
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I didn't follow up.
Yeah, for good reason.
So now, did the divorce go through? Did he go back? Did he go back to the other person?
Well,
what happened?
I think this is where it gets really interesting because technically, Miriam, your ghost became a zombie because he came back.
Ah, love it. He did. Yeah.
Okay. Can you stick around and tell us how this guy came back into your life?
Love to share that.
It's Pete and Kimber with Ben Cousins.
From the team that brought you Ghost Week, Pete and Kimber with Ben Cousins present Ghosted Week. Ooh.
So in this ghosting story, we've been talking to Miriam, who was dating this guy for a few weeks, and it was intense. From the minute they met, it was the chemistry, the connection, the back and forth, everything was going gangbusters. And then she said, hey, come to my friend's barbecue. Would love you to meet some friends. And he absolutely ghosted. She never heard from him again. But it turned around, Miriam, because he came back into your life, didn't he?
He did.
Tell us about the first time he made contact. How long was it after he ghosted you?
It was about 1.5 years.
Whoa. Jeez.
And what did he say? What did he go with as his opener?
Well, for all the men and women listening to this one, I think you'll be impressed at the level of ownership that was taken. I just received a message out of the blue, and I deleted his number, of course, hadn't heard anything in 1.5 years or even seen him. And I got this message out of the blue. I'm really sorry. It was sort of longer, but I'm sorry. I'm taking full ownership of what I did. You didn't deserve this. And it's not the sort of man that I am and not the sort of man that I want to be. And I just want to let you know that you're really special and I'm truly sorry and I hope you're well. Like one of those.
Oh, so, and was going to leave it with you. He was just putting it, bringing it to peace. He wasn't even asking, hey, let's give it another crack or anything.
Yeah, and I think that's what really surprised me. And given I deleted his number, but I've only ever been ghosted once, and I thought, that must be him.
But you were so tempted to write back new phone who dis.
Well, I wrote a few draft replies, and I certainly sent it to all the girls, and was like, look who's just reappeared. But I actually thought it was a pretty special message to not ask for anything and just to, own up to it and to bring it to peace.
Yeah. But also, to send a message like that, he's been sitting there for you've been on his mind for 1.5 years.
On to the more exciting bit is that one thing led to another and we decided to give it another go and it's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
How long?
Really
can we say, Miriam, have you found love?
Yeah, love of my life stuff. He's met my parents, my friends. He turns up to things when he says he will.
How far in are you together?
It's been 7 months now.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Is it better this time around than it was the first time around?
Yeah, it really is. And he has gone to therapy. He's working on communication skills. But hey, so am I. I'm not perfect. But I think really approaching things from a place of, well, what would a great relationship look and feel like? What lessons have we learned along the way?
Yeah.
He's helping me with my coaching business because he's got first-hand insights into what guys go through when this stuff happens.
That's such a good news story.
I know. Yeah,
and and I bet you were absolutely wrestling with the idea at the time of whether or not you write back to him. And as you say, because that temptation to be like, no, screw you, I'm not going back. But how lucky that you considered that there was so many, there's another side of the story here and that it's worked out.
Totally, yeah. I was like, you don't want to see the first few drafts that I wrote when I got that message, but I thought, hang on a sec, hang on, this is a really good message. But he also said he'd been thinking about me for the past 1.5 years and like that Elvis Presley or the Pet Shop Boys song, you're always on my mind. I know it's really tacky, but...
No, it's not.
No, but it's the truth. That's the truth of your very cute story, and I'm just thrilled. I mean, it's the best zombie return story I've heard, and we're all about it.
You were always on my mind.
There we go. There it is.
Sing it, Miriam.
Miriam, thank you so much for sharing your story with us. We are so thrilled it worked out for you.
Thank you so much for having me. I just wanted to share that sometimes you just don't know what's going on for people. So I think, not to be a doormat, but, certainly speak your mind and have boundaries. But some instances, you just never know.
Love it.
That's great.
When you get married, Miriam, I will come and marry you.
Please, I would love that.
There we go. So not all ghosting is bad. All ghosting's bad, but sometimes it can work out quite well.
I mean, you just got to try and use your judgment and see what works, right?
Yeah.
But he's obviously put a lot of thought into that return text, which I think is what matters.
Pete and Kimber with Ben Cousins, 6 to 9 weekdays. Thanks for listening to the Pete and Kimber with Ben Cousins podcast for Chemist Warehouse. The Chemist Warehouse Christmas fragrance sale is on now. Spoil yourself or your loved ones this Christmas with big brand fragrances at lowest prices.